Hey guys, it's me, Freddy Pop Collector, and if you remember about a month ago I did a video on the top 10 FNAF characters that need an action figure and the top 10 FNAF characters that need a FNAF plush. Today's video is going to be the final video of this format. We're going to be doing the top 10 FNAF characters that need a Funko Pop. As I've said in every video, we're excluding the Wizards, the FNAF VR, FNAF AR, and of course the 2020 game characters. That's because all of these are incredibly likely that merch is coming for them. Of course, the AR and VR characters are still really new, and Funko has announced that they are making merch of some of those characters, and of course the Withered animatronics are heavily rumored, so they're not going to appear on this list. So without further ado, let's just jump right into number 10. Coming in at number 10 is Fredbear from Ultimate Custom Night. I'm really surprised he wasn't released as an exclusive in the Pizza Sim wave, because all they would have to do was just recolor Freddy to darker shade and then recolor the hat and bow tie to purple. Fredbear was the only new character in Ultimate Custom Night. I also think Dee Dee might have worked well, but she wasn't really a new character. She was just recycled from FNAF World. But if Fredbear was maybe released as a Comic-Con exclusive or something like that, I think it could have worked out really well. He would just be a recolor of Golden Freddy or whatever, basically the Freddy model, so it would have been easy. He would have been the only UCN rep, so he would have been highly desirable, and I think it would have worked out really well for Funko's favor. So that's why he's coming in at the number 10 spot. Coming in at number 9 is Plushtrap. He was made into an arcade vinyl back when those were a thing, along with a Freddle and a Freddy and Foxy plush. I really want to have Plushtrap as a pop though, and with the Help Wanted wave that's supposedly happening, I don't think it will at this point because we're getting a security breach wave, but if they ever did, Plushtrap would be a very smart choice. He has a mystery mini, so Funko knows he exists. He has an arcade vinyl as well. I don't think he would work as an action figure. I don't know how he would work as a plush, so I think a pop would be very nice for him. So coming in at number 9 is Plushtrap, a character I really want to see. Let's move on to number 8. Coming in at number 8 is Nightmare Mangal. I think this character really deserves a pop. The Mystery Mini is so good, and if they just scaled it up and changed it to the pop design, I think it could work really well. I don't think this character deserves a regular pop, though. I think it should have the packaging and scale of, for example, the Hulk from the Infinity War line. I think this would look amazing. The only problem I kind of see is that Nightmare Mangal hasn't been in a game since Ultimate Custom Night. She wasn't in VR. He was excluded from Cursor Fredbear, so he has no appearances. Maybe if he gets an AR, they might consider, but as of now, I think it's kind of a lost cause. As we all know, Funko likes to go with the most recent things in FNAF's library, whether it be something as irrelevant and unimportant as the Twisted ones, or of course the new game that just came out, like the 2020 game and Pizzeria Simulator. I think Nightmare Mangal would be really cool as a pop, but as of now, I think it's extremely unlikely, probably one of the most unlikely characters of all time. Unfortunately, it's such a waste. It could have been so cool. So yeah, hopefully Nightmare Mangal gets a pop in the future. Nightmare Mangal comes in at number 8. Let's move on to number 7. Coming in at number 7 is Molten Freddy. It's really sad. He's appeared on every single list video I've done so far of merch I want to see. They didn't make an action figure of him, they didn't make a plush of him, and they didn't make a pop of him. The only thing they made was a mystery mini, which was cool, but I really wish we could have seen more of him in the other lines. I've always found it so strange that Funko would choose someone like Funtime Chica or El Chip or someone like that over a main character of the story like Molten Freddy. I think their sales would have been a lot better if they chose a character that was actually relevant to the game's plot. Hopefully, Puppet Steve put Molten Freddy on that list of characters he sent to Funko to get merch. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the reason why the Wizards are so talked about of getting merch recently is because Funko apparently asked Puppet Steve what characters the fans would like to see as merch, and apparently the Wizards and some of the Pizza Sim characters were the highest voted. He also mentioned a few characters like Fredbear, and I don't remember the other ones, but go check out his video if you want to learn more. But I really hope this gives Molten Freddy a second chance to appear as an action figure or a pop or something like that. Coming up next is Nightmare Vivi. I'm going to cut this one relatively short because basically it's the same situation as Nightmare Mangal, only the only difference is he was in Help Wanted and Cursor Fredbear, so he obviously has higher chances of getting a pop pretty soon. I can kind of understand why they haven't made a Nightmare Balloon Boy action figure, because Balloon Boy doesn't even have an action figure yet, but there's no excuse for plushies, and especially the pop line, why they couldn't pull it off. I think especially with the pop it would be really easy. All well though, maybe it's more difficult than I know. So Nightmare Vivi comes in at number 6. Let's move on to number 5. Coming in at number 5 is Scrap Baby. I'm really surprised she didn't get a pop, and to this day I'm still wondering why. If they can pull off an action figure and a mystery mini, I'm pretty sure they could pull off a pop. It was really strange that characters like L-Chip and Funtime Chica were skipped out on the pop line as well. I'm really wondering why they cut some characters in the pop line and didn't just release some of them as exclusives. There were so many opportunities for so many really cool characters for Pizza Sim Pop exclusives, like Molten Freddy for example, again in Scrap Baby. I don't know guys, I just don't understand Funko's priorities. So Scrap Baby comes in at number 5, let's move on to number 4. Coming in at number 4 is another character that's been on every single merch listing video I've done so far, and that's Nightmare Fredbear, and I guess Nightmare as well. I'll never understand why some characters get more priorities than other ones, like, for example, once again, the Twisted Ones. Why did they get their own wave when they could have made a part 2 to the Nightmare wave, and I think it would have sold so much better. Not to mention, we got characters like Jacko Chica and Jacko Bonnie as pops before Nightmare Fredbear and Nightmare, and I can see why, you know, the recolors of Nightmare Bonnie and Nightmare Chica, they were probably really easy to do. That's really no excuse, though. Jacko Bonnie and Jacko Chica are easily my top 20 favorite FNAF characters, but I think Nightmare Fredbear definitely deserves a pop much more than those two. So Nightmare Fredbear comes in at number 4, let's move on to the top 3. Coming in number 3 is Mangal. I was really surprised when Balloon Boy and Puppet got pops, but Mangal wasn't thrown in as well. It seemed like they were doing the oddball toy animatronics like, again, Puppet and Balloon Boy, so I thought Mangal was a given. I know they made Funtime Foxy from FNAF 2 back when Mangal was fixed, but that's no excuse. We really should have gotten a withered Mangal or a mangled Mangal, or you know what I mean, broken Mangal. I've heard some people say that it's because Funko didn't want to make new molds for Mangal's design, and I can kind of see that, but if they were willing to make an entire new mold for Balloon Boy and the Puppet, I'm pretty sure they could have pulled off Mangles as well. So Mangal comes in at number 3, let's move on to the top 2. Coming in at number 2 is a character from Sister Location. I'll give you guys a few seconds to think about it. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you. Coming in at number 2 is Ennard. For a long time, I actually thought Ennard had a pop. I looked up pops online. This was back when I was still a FNAF noob, and I was just looking, scrolling through, and I saw this really convincing edit. But this just blew me away that Ennard does not have a pop, because he has an action figure, a mystery mini, and a plush. The only Sister Location character from the mains 5 that doesn't have a pop is Ennard. It's just so strange. I don't know why they didn't. Ennard obviously would have sold well. I don't think that was the issue. I think if anything, it would have probably been a molding or modeling problem. Honestly, I don't really have anything else to say beyond that. He should have gotten one. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't, but unfortunately he didn't. So Ennard comes in at number 2. Let's move on to number 1. Coming in at number 1, which hopefully isn't a surprise to anyone, is Toy Bonnie and Toy Chica. Now, these two would have been number 2, and then Ennard would have been number 1 if it wasn't for one thing. The fact that Toy Freddy has a pop, but no other toy animatronic besides, of course, Puppet and Balloon Boy has a pop. The only reason why Toy Freddy has a pop is because this was back in the beginning when Funko was releasing the pops at the same time as the plushies, and they made the 3 bears as exclusive plushes and pops. The Shadow Freddy pop and plush was exclusive to Hot Topic, and then for some reason the Toy Freddy plush was exclusive to GameStop, but the Toy Freddy pop was exclusive to Walmart. It's still just so strange we still don't have a pop of Toy Chica or Toy Bonnie. They've appeared in numerous games since their debut in FNAF 2. They've appeared in FNAF World, they were in VR, they were in UCN, they were in AR. It's just so strange. Funko has had so many opportunities to do these two, but they just for some reason keep skipping it. The toy animatronics are arguably the second most popular group of animatronics, of course right behind the classic animatronics, but Funko would make bank if they would just decide to fill in the blanks of FNAF 2, which I guess they are doing with the Wizards, but the toys are technically more popular and I think they would make a lot of money. It's just so weird how some characters will show up in some lines of the merch but then disappear from others. The toys were in, of course, the Mystery Mini and Plushie line, but then they were absent in the pop and action figure line, of course Toy Freddy being the only exception. Thank you all so much for watching. Tell me if you agree with my placements at all, or if you would have added any characters. Of course, we really needed the rest of the Phantoms, like Phantom Mangle, Phantom Freddy, Phantom Chica. Those would be really easy. All Funko would have to do is recolor them. The rest of the AR characters, which, again, I didn't put on the list because they're coming down the line, Wizards, VR characters, again, pretty recent, so we don't know for sure yet. The rest of the Pizzeria Simulator that wasn't on the list, like El Chip, Music Man, Funtime Chica, Rockstar Bonnie and Chica, Ned Bear. All of these characters, at least one of them, is someone's favorite, and characters like Dark Springtrap and the Twisted Ones I would argue is no one's favorite character, so I really hope Funko doesn't do characters like these anymore and does characters that actually matter. Thank you all so much for watching this video again. I know this ending is really drug out, but I just had a lot I wanted to get down. Thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you're new. Thank you for almost 13,000 subscribers, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.